At least compromise something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
100%. So when we look at modern versus traditional, what are the connotations? So, Callie, what is the connotation of a modern woman versus a traditional woman? Do you think that how do women see it? You know what men say, right? Yeah, I'm sure you heard that 1,000 times. How do women see it? If she's traditional, you aren't, or Riverside, vice versa. I don't know if y'all seen Juice. Remember when he shot Rodamez in the alley? And he said Riverside, motherfucker, because that mean the roles was reversed. So if I use Riverside, that's what that means. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
Just because I say Riverside, that I had to catch myself. I don't know if everybody understand the reference. Um, but yeah, Callie, how do women see each other? You know what I mean? Like, is somebody shamed? Is it who's better? Who's considered more? Like, how is it looked at with women?
Well, I would say,
First off, what would they consider you?
oh, shoot. Before I came to work at home, they probably called me modern or something.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. So how do
But
women
I
have
mean,
that comment?
this is like some kind of weird, freaky stuff where all of a sudden I turned into a bad mom over 5 years, and my children are my oldest child is 20, but over the last 5 years now I'm bad. But before it was all fine. So that's what I was meaning earlier when it comes to the pendulum is starting to swing back into the other direction. As far as as far as conservatives actually trying to fight the the um, the battle for the socials. But yeah, they would consider me modern, but I would say when you engage in these conversations online, you're going to get sniped by somebody on either side, because the people who are extra are always going to have something to say. So if you are so like say like me, right? Okay, I stayed home with my last two children, not my first one, but with my last two children, I stayed home. You know what I mean? Halfway by force. Half one of them was because I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to. Because the other one was already here. You know what I mean? But I did part time when I started to get a little bit older. But if you knew that part of my life or whatever back then, that was all bad. Why are you staying home? Why are you depending on him? Why he gotta pay? Why he paying all the bills? You gotta ask him for money. Do you gotta ask him for? You should have to ask. It was all of that kind of stuff. Where now,
Who was
because my
saying that?
children are, huh?
Who was saying that to you?
Oh, I'm talking about this online conversation because I don't know
Oh,
any stay-at-home mothers in real life.
okay.
So that's where I would come in contact with these people, right? You guys are aliens. No, I'm just playing. But whatchamacallit, so now that my kids are older, this part of my life, hey, my kids go to public school. No, not only do they go to school and I also work, but now they go to public school and you work. And now it's they're being attacked, and people are trying to turn them gay, and it's all this kind of stuff like that. And now I'm a bad mom. You know what I mean? So it just depends on the times, I should say, the times and what part of life that person is living at that moment. But you're going to catch it either way.
Damn. Always somebody sniping, huh?
Oh yeah, somebody gonna talk shit.
Okay, I think I'll let the one sum answer apply because I think you guys would kind of agree like somebody gonna have a problem with something. I think that applies, right? It ain't gonna be 100% on your side no matter where you are. Jay, what is the conversation? You have kids?
No, I don't.
Don't do it, bro. So what's the thing? What's the connotation for traditional versus modern women when you have conversation inside outside of YouTube? Like what is it? What has a more negative connotation out of the two?
I would say modern women have more of a negative connotation now. Um, I guess you could say that modern women are seen as more selfish compared to more of the traditional women. I guess.
Hmm.
And the fact that modern women don't want to maybe have a traditional marriage, like have children, even have a husband. They'd rather pursue their careers compared to traditional women. So I see most people seeing that as a negative connotation.
Damn. Okay. What do you see it as?
Me?
No, Jay.
Oh,
I see it as people, well, women taking advantage of their right to choose.
Okay, I see that too. What is the connotation you put on either?
I would say that modern women have a in my eyes, have a more of a positive connotation compared to traditionalism.
Okay, so modern has more of a positive connotation.
In my head, yes.
Okay, why?
Because considering how far we've progressed in society, we need more modern thought processes in order to be able to continue um, in advance. I don't think society should regress, especially with how much technology we have today
Mm-hmm.
at our disposal.
Mm-hmm.
A regression in society wouldn't be able to handle the technological advancement.
Okay, and when you define progress as, like, would you look at transgenderism as progress?
Yeah,
Damn. Okay, so women can be men is progress.
I wouldn't say. I just see it as a next step in where society is going. I'm not saying it's a positive or negative thing. I'm just saying it's a progressive lifestyle. That's it.
Why? But progressive or alternative? Which one do you think fits?
Alternative.
Yeah, because a nigga cutting his balls off, I don't see much progress in that. You know what I mean? Like, it just where does he go from there? Like, okay,
Have,
interesting.
have you ever
Right.
heard the social cycle theory? Have you heard of that?
I don't think so. Say it to me. I might know it.
So, to put it in like layman's terms, the social cycle theory basically believes that society doesn't have unique or new events that happen. Each um each like century timeline, events tend to repeat themselves.
Oh, nothing new under the sun. I know that.
Yeah.
Nothing new under the sun.
So
Yeah.
right now we're in a
Sorry,
technological
I thought about
advancement period. So transgenderism would fall under that progression. That's why I say it's more of a progressive thing.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Jeez, you're smart. That I see what you did there. Oh man, okay. I understand that. That's a good, that's a to sneak it in there, that's a good process. I see what you did. Yeah, cause that's some new shit for sure. Okay. All right. Cause in Rome, even then, I don't remember them having that homosexuality running rampant in Rome, and in Greece.
Pagan under paganism, it was. They
Really?
weren't as yeah.
Oh, damn.
They were messing with same sexes. They were cross dressers. Yeah, that was part of that
Oh,
time.
I'm talking about the level, like, putting breasts on your chest, stuff like that. But I guess
Oh,
I guess
you didn't have the medical equipment to kind of do that. I
yeah,
assume.
breasts
I
on your
assume.
chest is crazy.
They didn't,
Okay.
they didn't have breast implants.
Damn.
It's progressive at all.
Grace, what say you, man? What do you think? Which one has a negative connotation in your estimation?
I think traditional has a negative connotation because you seem as a pick me, you seem as a slave, you're not supposed to submit. You know, and now the modern woman is a boss chick. She can do what she want, when she want, how she want it. Her man's not going to tell her what to do, where to go, what to wear. So I think it seems more negative, and a lot of women have gone so far from that. And I really think it's because we don't implement God enough into our lives, into our marriages, in our relationships. And I mean, I'm a Christian and I follow the Bible, and I'm a traditional but with a modern twist because I work. And you know, teamwork makes the dream work. It has to be both people working in the household to make it work. But traditional nowadays, when I speak to a lot of modern women, they look at it as a bad thing. They don't want to be under the thumb screw of a man. They don't want to depend to a man. They want to be able to move without depending on a man, but still want them to pay all their bills, still want them to take care of them and take care of their nails and everything, but want to make their own money. And that's why I think the traditional seems to be more of a negative like one day I was at a barbecue and I was fixing my man his plate. The women, hey, why are you making his plate? He can make his own plate. I'm like, this is what I do. This is what I'm supposed to do.
It sound like
Yeah,
this sound like some shit I said when I was 20.
But that's what I saw growing up. I mean, they had me practice by serving my brother, and then when I was old enough to present it to my father in a fit way, then I was serving my father, and that's just how I grew up. And I get teased because of that. He could get up and get his own plate. You know, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I look. Damn. My dad was an authoritarian in the house, right? My mama ain't never fixed his plate. I ain't never seen that shit before in my life. So you know what I'm saying. But what took me to go ahead and recognize that was my husband's mom back when we were dating. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that we should necessarily say that we shouldn't be teasing you about it or whatever because of whatever outside conversations that, you know what I'm saying, that we may have had with some actual pick-me's, like for real, because they are out there, with some real pick-me's or whatever, right? Whatever negative conversation they would have had, they brought that to you, and that perceived what they necessarily think, you know, that service to your husband actually is. They're thinking more into it based off of what some other dummy said online or some other dummy said to them at the salon or whatever, you know. But at the same token, if that is what if that's how majority of us are growing up, the husband ain't necessarily seen that either.
Facts, because I get that. I get that from guys I date. I've never had that done before. Nobody's ever done that for me. You're absolutely right. So it goes both ways. You know, the little girl never saw it being done for her man, and then the man has never seen a little girl do it. So you're absolutely right. But at least you were open to learn and change your ways. A lot of women don't want to change their ways and want to wonder why they're still single and can't find a husband, because a lot of men do want their plate being served, I mean, it's just a little token to tell the man we appreciate you. He get the big piece of chicken. You know, thank you for bringing the groceries home. I cooked, you know, it's just a small token to show the man how you appreciate him. That's all it is. But people make it more than what it is.
I've never really seen women not do it. Like, I've seen the majority of women make the plate, to be 100% honest.
Well, you know, I just live in the South. I'm not from the South.
In public? Or have you seen it more in private? Maybe they'll do it in public for a front, but do they really do it every day for their husband, every meal? You know, even if the kitchen is 2 feet away, would you still get up and make their plate? Or do they just do it at barbecues and birthday parties to fit the mold?
We can only qualify if she doing it at the birthday party. My assumption is she do it at home. I don't know. I mean, I just go off of what I see. I don't really. But my wife, to your point though, just in transparency, right? You know, once you get all these kids and shit like that, right? Yeah, she made them. They plays one day. I said, man, fuck them kids, man. They don't even know if they hungry or not. Dumbass kids. I'm hungry, obviously, clearly. Make my plate first. Yeah, I had to check
Cam
that
trying to
shit.
put the kids in the pizza carousel.
Yeah, man. They don't even need no plate, man.
You
You
said,
know?
oh, they don't even know if they're hungry. You got me.
Yeah, man. They just yell and scream. Who cares? You know?
But you see how that could depending on how your family is broken down or whatever. You may have never seen that before. Like my grandma was married, sure, but my grandfather died when I was like 3 months old. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
you know what I mean. My mama didn't really have. My mom didn't really growing up. She didn't really see it a lot because my grandma worked at night. So even then, you know what I'm saying. Even though they were together, they still weren't interacting like that. You know what I mean? So then, I don't spend a whole lot of time at my aunt's house and stuff like that. Not long enough for them to fix no plates or anything. But you see all the women going there as a child to go in there for Thanksgiving and start fixing plates. You don't know what that plate's for. You're thinking about your plate. You know what I'm saying? You're a kid. I'm just waiting my turn. But the thing is that my mother-in-law was 10 years older than my mom. So she had a certain her style, and she's from here in the South too anyway. So they have a certain little culture going on. So that's and I appreciate her for doing that. She didn't necessarily attack me for it. I mean, even though I know my mother-in-law, she did not have a filter at all. But she took the time to explain to me why you're doing this, what it's supposed to mean, and he'll appreciate it. Da, 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 this is what you do. You know what I mean? So I pretty much had my mother-in-law teach me a lot of those little intricacies that I didn't necessarily pick up from. And he's gonna be expecting it because he saw his mama do it for his dad. So he's gonna be looking at me crazy, like, how come she don't fix no plates?
Mm.
I don't know.
Mm.
I just don't fix no plate. I don't know.
I would allege, Lex, that it's willful. Right? I think the majority, we grow up here. Callie knew that men have an expectation of fixing a plate. Ain't no way, because they'll grow up without a dad, but they expect you to kill the bugs. I dated
I'm
women that
asking you.
didn't have any kids or didn't have a father, but they're like, "Oh, there's an aunt." Like it's all like there was still that they would understand that. So I don't know. I just think it's because we grow up here. You know what I'm saying? We saw Stepford Wives, shit like that.
I saw I Love Lucy and Leave It to Beaver and stuff, but I wasn't paying attention to that shit. What I really remember is, watching some of the other, the modern shows. I don't remember Peggy fixing Al a plate. I don't remember that. I don't know.
Al ain't never moved.
I just don't remember it.
I don't think she even cooked.
Heck,
We never saw him eat.
No, what it was is she couldn't cook good, but she was trying. Remember, and he used to appease her. Like she used to try a lot of shit, and he used to coddle her and shit. You know what I mean? But Al was always on that couch with his hand halfway down his pants.
But what I do remember is that one episode from the Cosby Show. Remember when Claire had went off on Elvin because he had basically called her a maid when she went to go get Bill some coffee, or offered to bring him a cup of coffee or something like that. Now that episode, I watched the Cosby Show like religiously, so that kind of that's how I knew she wasn't really necessarily telling me anything wrong. You know what I mean? It just wasn't anything.
Yeah.
Right. Because it sounded it looked familiar. What she's saying to me looked familiar in my head based off of the Cosby Show, something like that. However, the fact that it wasn't that high up in the totem pole where it was in my everyday life is, it's back here, out of sight, out of mind. I never fixed somebody no plate before.
Damn, man, it's hard, man. It's hard, boy. It's hard being a woman, huh? That shit ain't no joke. You gotta fix plates. I had to fight a possum yesterday.
Oh, you in the sticks? You got possums in your backyard?
Nah, we right on the border of the Houston. Nah, it's not the sticks, but just you got trees. They got trees. They be looking for garbage. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it's tough sledding, boy. You gotta stop working and start having kids. Man, that you wanted, Lex?
I did want my kids. I love my kids, and I surround even the job that I have. I look for a job that caters to my family, and I mean, I don't know. What y'all said earlier,
Would you want to be a man for a day? Let's see how it is.
no, heck no, heck no,
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 you don't want to try it.
no.
Why?
I don't at all.
I feel the same. I definitely wouldn't want to be a girl, man. That shit it looks like it sucks. Can I be honest with y'all? Like my wife be trying to open shit, she can't open it. I'm like, man, this must be terrible. Like you actually scared of bugs and shit. It's a weird thing to me. They all jumping. I'm just like, it's just like, how is it? Like, is it good? You think?